Right then, so Kris, what was happening in your life before you started working with Virtual Trainer?
Well, I thought it was all right. I wasn't vastly unhappy. I was unhappy about and not very confident about myself. I wasn't massively unhappy with life or anything, but I just wasn't confident about myself and didn't like the look of myself. But you try and convince yourself when you're getting older that you just should accept it. There's this thing about when you get to my sort of age, well, we should just not be thinking like that anymore. And I never could. I never could come to the terms, well, why not? I'm over 60, I should just not bother. But maybe I'm vain, I don't know. But it did bother me, and I spent quite a lot of time on my makeup, my jewellery, everything like that, my clothes, making sure they didn't cling in all the places I didn't like. And I mean, I wouldn't have walked around with no clothes on. I used to have a nightmare at my son's. He has mirrored wardrobes in the bedroom, 3, and you, oh no, how do I get around this room without seeing myself, So I really wasn't confident about things and how I felt about life.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And so that was your first reason for reaching out. You actually came through Leo. Your son had got results already, hadn't he?
decided that it would be a good idea. How different he felt. He wanted that for me.
Okay. And so, what did we start changing initially? What did we do to give you the results you got?
It made me to think about whether I could help myself. I had the tools there to a degree. I do know quite a lot about nutrition. I do eat healthy food. But you gave me the tools with the nutrition to tweak it so the balance was better. I was getting the balance wrong. And to go back to the gym and to exercise, because exercise has never been something I've liked. And you sort of made me think, well, why aren't I doing it? It was never, you must do this. It was, why aren't you doing this? Why can't you do it for yourself? So I think you made me think about myself, put myself first and think, well, why not? Why am I not doing this?
Yeah. And so, what did you achieve when the changes we made? What happened?
Well, I could see things happening immediately. I felt more energized, not immediately when I do the exercise. I never feel energized then. But I saw the weight start to drop off. I saw my shape changing, and I just felt better about myself. Oh, I'm doing something for myself. I'm doing something to make myself healthy. And big things like I had really dodgy knees before, hardly feel them now. I noticed quite early on, I'd say, oh, can't do these squats. I can only manage 5. I can manage a couple of hundred now. But the actual physical aches of old age that you think, oh, we'll just have to put up with this, a lot of them have gone. Quite weird.
And did you, for anyone who was watching, did you have any doubts about initially starting, and then when you started, were you settled or happy afterwards?
I didn't really want to start. I must admit it's. I think I was thinking I was setting myself up to fail because I've done diets all through my life. I've had times of exercise all through my life, and the diets that I've always done have felt like, when's this going to end? And I thought, this isn't that hard that I'm thinking all the time, oh, well, when I've lost this, I can eat this, I can do this. It wasn't like that. So, and I thought my thinking changed as I was doing it, it wasn't sort of instant, but you suddenly thought, this isn't that hard. And I think the fact that all the exercise, everything's personal, that you don't expect me to do what somebody would want to do if they were getting really lean and buff, you know. I think the support I got, I always felt was very large for the small changes I made. So I felt good about myself. So.
Excellent. And what would be some advice or tips from you that would that someone else who was starting or looking to lose weight? What sort of advice and tips would you give?
I'd say look at your diet and what you eat and try and change. If you're eating a really dreadful diet, obviously you have to make big changes. But for me, it was adapting recipes, just altering little bits here, tweaking your diet so you can still have everything you want. There is nothing totally forbidden. Maybe the quantities you used to eat of certain things, but still being able to have everything you want so you're not missing anything, and just, you know, sticking to it, doing as you're told. You know, it's difficult at times to do as you're told, you know, follow the program, and it does work. I think that's the point. If you do it, you'll see the difference and you'll feel so different.
Brilliant. Well, I'm very pleased with your results, so it's
Well,
perfect.
so far it's still onwards. It's still onwards. There's a bit. I'll have to see how far I can go. I mean, I don't know how far old age will tighten skin and things like that. It's, you know, I'd like just a bit more. How lean I can go without having to put in tremendous amount of effort, which I've never been willing to do.
Excellent.